much of growth and development for the city of Nashville.
Let's look at that growth and development, Councilperson Holloway. When you look at the possibilities for the Oilers coming to Nashville, and if you look at it from an economic perspective, what do you see, and what can you tell our audience this morning about the impact that it could have not only among your constituents, and give us some information about the people that you represent, as well as other areas too?
Okay, that is something I guess I should have said, is that I do represent a district that is 82% white and 12% African American, 6% other. What this could bring to Nashville is around 1,400 new jobs, $300 million over a 30-year term is what the Oilers will be paying to Nashville. And the other things that we can look at too is how this is going to affect the African American community. And I think that's something that has really been left out of the whole picture of this. And how that's going to affect them right on the front end is $40 million before we can even go any further. It's $40 million that will be pumped into the African American businesses. Of course, everybody talks about the TSU Stadium and the fact that there will be room in that stadium for TSU, which is great, because thank you for giving me this time to emphasize to people that the state of Tennessee cannot buy TSU a stadium. And I think people don't know that, and when I say people, I'm talking about the people that go to the games. A lot of times they think that the state of Tennessee can buy stadiums, or they purchase stadiums for other schools, and that is not how it's done. That is purchased through your athletic department, those proceeds that go in there, or your alumni, them raising that money. So the fact that this stadium is open to TSU is wonderful in itself, but the impact on the dollars in the African American community is going to be something that we have not been able to see probably ever. And I don't know if this would ever happen again if we let it go by now.
What do you think about that, Attorney Manson? And I think that I've heard that said on many occasions, that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Nashville, and et cetera, all of the things that what are we saying
If
here?
you look in the media, there are so many cities that are trying to attract professional sports into their city. I think we ought to give credit where credit is due. Our council people that sit on that council have looked at this issue. They've studied it, probably more than you and I have. And if you notice, the position that they took early on was that this has got to have some direct impact on our community, or else we're not going to be in favor of it. And I think they were more than responsible in getting people involved very early, in the process of understanding what really was at stake. Whether it's a lifetime opportunity, I think all you have to do is look at the numbers and see that without this injectment of cash in our community, then we're going to essentially be pretty much where we are now. As a side issue, these teams bring a lot of professional athletes with them, and everybody knows what the level of income these professional athletes have. If you would figure that this could, in fact, bring 15, 20, maybe 30 new millionaires to the city, many of them will be people that will live, work, and do business in our community. And I think we've got to begin to talk about what's real and what's not. There's a lot of bad information out there. Some of it's coming from, and I won't call them leaders, but just people that are very selfish and are looking for an issue just to raise some question as to either the importance or the validity of this proposed stadium. But I think we've got to be guided by people like Ms. Holloway here, who studied this issue, who sits on that council, and was really, I think, and she's not going to say this, but I think she was instrumental in making sure that the issue was fully discussed and explored. Never before had our council people sat and dealt with an issue like this and made, I think, the right decision by supporting it.
Very good. Ms. Holloway, we've got about 23 seconds before we have our first commercial break. Of course, when we come back, we want you to talk about the impact that you believe that this issue is going to have on African Americans, especially those within your your constituent. We want you to give us some information in reference to that. And we'll be back with you following this commercial break.